Welcome, citizen, to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. This is your host, Venerati. We are going to be finishing up the North American Weekly Tournament here. We're going to be casting two of the bronze and silver in between Groove Train and Communism. So these are the two finalists out of the Bronze League, so the lower tier of the North American Weekly. And these this first one is my favorite, as I mean, this is a mirror match, so and PvP has kind of been downplayed as boring. I've seen a lot of people complain about this, but real quick, this is a pretty damn good matchup, as we do see them on Metalopolis, and we do see them as one of the closer spawning here. Now, of course, we don't have this little gap right here, but they are not this huge. You don't have the complete span of the map, so not leaning completely towards a macro spawn. But either way, Communism spawning as the red Protoss, and we have Groove Train spawning as the green Protoss. It was really fitting that he chose red, right? So either way, we have Groove Train over here harassing a little bit through harassing Communism a little bit as he runs through the middle line, and this is really dangerous. I mean, this is a ballsy probe right there, as all Communism has to do is kind of group up these guys and just tell them to attack, and they're going to be able to gang up on him and just basically run him into the ground. And likewise, we had Communism over here poking around, trying to figure out what exactly Groove Train is up to. Let's go take a look at the production tab. Now, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they mirror themselves in their build orders. As of right now, they are relatively close, as they are both opening up within the simulator and a gateway coming online. And of course, there are going to be minor differences, but we're really going to see, you know, the choices they make, whether they choose to get a robo, or if they go to 3 or 4 gates. And really, not sure about that click right there, as he totally keeps telling his units to do all the same thing up here. So don't know what Communism is up to in that manner, but we do see a Cybernetics core queued up for him. So he is beating Groove Train to the Cybernetics ever so slightly, as we do see Groove Train going ahead and getting that. So we're not going to see any sort of early Zealot push, 2-gate push, or anything of that nature, as it's you don't really see that nearly as much as you used to, considering the fact that the Zealots have been pretty much well, it just takes longer to bring them online, and it just gives it that much of a longer timing and allowing the opponent to build up a sufficient army to respond to it. And this is a pretty expansive build run for those Zealots, so you'd have to do some sort of proxy build-up base up here, or something of that nature. Either way, it can be done, but it's not so in this game, as we see them mirroring themselves completely, as they are both bringing out warp gates, they're both bringing out stalkers, and we saw the pylon just finish up for Communism, so Communism just ever so slightly ahead in that fact, but we have both of those things being chrono boosted, as Communism is not chrono boosting his tech upgrades. Let's go take a look at the income tab, as Communism is actually one Harvester behind, and we're so these guys are really just neck and neck right now, and we are going to see Communism bring on a robo, as Groove Train decides to bring on a sentry, and the Stalker just totally said, hell no, get out of my base, and dispatched that probe and made him a pile of useless junk. As really, these guys are just trying to do what they can, and I'm not sure that they're aware, but they are basically doing the exact same thing, as we see the sentry coming for Communism. So right now, it is pretty much exactly mirror as the unit composition that we see coming online, and the research, as we see the minor differences of a chrono boost here, chrono boost there, and gates and timing on the robo bay. So we do have the robo bay finishing up for Communism. Communism not using it at this moment, as he does have enough minerals to do something with it. And we do have the warp gate technology finishing up for Groove Train and bringing his warp gates online, as Communism has not done so. Although, real quick, Communism has decided to bring another gateway into the mix. So Groove Train already had the one warp gate up and running, and he is bringing on a third. So we are starting to see some sort of variance in the composition of the production facilities and the army, as we see a warp prison being built. So we are going to see some proxy unit warping, or we're going to see a drop of some sort, and the drops could be really, really devastating in this situation, especially if you have a army already halfway out trying to deploy, as we do see this proxy pylon coming on, so they could ball up here, and if we saw a drop by Communism over here on the main base, we could really see a lot of damage being dealt out, as we do see this observer sitting out there and basically scoping out every single thing that's going on, and this probe, it looks like it is kind of just kind of gearing up here for a Nexus. And we have the Warp Prism with 4 Zealots, or 3 Zealots, and the Observer sees that. Now, I'm curious as to whether Groove Train takes note of this, as we don't see his army moving, and it looks like things are just going to be going on as normal, as he is not aware of that attack. So, critical slip by Groove Train of not seeing this communist strike here. And we do have the Mortal running through here, so will the Mortal stay? No, it does not. It looks like Groove Train does not see this at all, and this Communist is dropping these Zealots right in the mineral line. All these probes turn and try to face down these Zealots, and we see the Warp Prism deploy and start dropping in more Zealots, as these Zealots right here are really starting to rack up the kills. 5 kills, 4 kills. That guy's a newbie. Another 5 kills. So we see Groove Train's army completely, or economy completely getting decimated. Meanwhile, Groove Train is over here knocking on the front door of Communism, and Communism doing a great job of utilizing these sentries and just blocking off that front door. And basically, Groove Train can do nothing, as he does not have Blink right now and will not be able to just go ahead and circumvent the high ground right here. Meanwhile, Groove Train's economy has been rendered not, as he has no mineral income right now, and all he has is Vespine, so he needs to pull off these drones and start making them mine those minerals, because Communism is in a great position here. He's the one with the economy. He is the only one with the economy, and we do see him going ahead and bringing up a Nexus right here, as he is really just sitting pretty. However, I do want to make note that Groove Train's army is still pretty powerful, as it does have the Immortals mixed in here, so we could see Communism really be Communism suffer a lot of damage from those Immortals, as Immortals will really just tear these Stalkers apart, as well as these sentries will just go ahead and buckle underneath that kind of pressure. So we do see Groove Train doing what he should be doing, pushing out, trying to utilize what abilities he has left, as he does not have an army, or he does not have an economy, so he's going to have to make this army do as much damage as he can. We do see him moving up here, and we do see a random force field coming down there, not really doing much in the sense of blocking sort of units, but we do see another one coming down here, and he is going to take this natural, and we do see the Nexus coming down here. And we see Communism retreating once again and just blocking off this ramp. Great use of the force field, as basically Groove Train's army is once again rendered inert, and Communism maintaining the force field. And real quick, Communism has been supply locked here, only by 5, but Groove Train pretty much has nothing to do but except to lick his wounds and try to get this economy back online, as he cannot get up that ramp. And it really has to be frustrating not being able to use your army because of those force fields. And Communism, meanwhile, is just continuing to use that force field, as he has 4 sentries, and both of these sentries right here are pretty much full energy, so they can just kind of maintain that force field all day long and keep Groove Train at arm's length, while he just sits back and kind of just pump units out of these 4 gates, or 5 gates right here. And we do see a starport coming online for him, and we do have level 1 upgrade for ground unit attack finishing up here for Communism. So Communism is just really pouring on the macro and leaving Groove Train in the dust, as Groove Train really only has these 3 warp gates right now, and the Robo, he doesn't even have a robotics bay to maybe make some Colossus, which the Colossus would be able to walk up here and give them sight, as Communism is, though he is sitting up here, he could be engaged by Groove Train's forces if he ran the Colossus up here and just started shooting from back here. But Communism in a really good position right now, as he has the protection facilities and he has the income, as he is still doubling the harvester count of Groove Train. So we do see Groove Train moving out once again, going to try to make something happen here, as we do have the Stalker coming up on the ramp, but this really bad use of the army right there, as the force field does go down and the army is split up. However, that Stalker, though he did die almost in vain, he did give them sight of the higher ground, and we have Groove Train coming up here again, but we do see another force field. So once again, the force fields are really playing a huge part, and just keeping Groove Train in his place. Groove Train can't do anything as he's not research blink or anything of that nature. We don't have legs so that we could see some zealots rush up this and give the sight to Groove Train's army to be able to engage Communism. So Communism is really sitting pretty as he has not been able to expand, but he has such a raging economy as we see Groove Train once again being pillaged by Communism, his mineral line once again being torn to shreds. However, we do have some harvesters left over from Groove Train. Let me take a look at the production tab as we do see armor coming on for Communism. So Communism just upgrading his units and sitting back and just building and building and building. Of course, we do see the minerals here are about to be mined out, so Communism will either have to move out and attack or choose to expand here or really wherever. You could do a ninja expansion over here or just pretty much anywhere, as Groove Train really has not scouted out anywhere else. So Groove Train sitting here trying to desperately get his economy back online and trying to make something happen, as he really has not been able to do anything so far because of Communism's great use of the force field and the ramp. It's pretty simple, but his economy raids over here have basically kept Groove Train from being able to circumvent the ramp either with prisms, Colossus, or Blink, or basically just nothing. He can't move to air units or anything of that nature. So Groove Train just in a really tough position here, as he is constantly trying to chrono boost out his economy, get as many harvesters as he can, as he is catching back up with Communism's harvester count here. But Communism is going to be running out of minerals here really soon, as we see 95. That one's got 300 and 150. So Communism is running out of time on that main, as we do see a ninja base coming down over here. So this nexus is going to be well hidden, well tucked away. The downside of this, however, is the fact that if Groove Train does happen to stumble across it, that Communism is going to have a hard time responding in a defensive manner to that attack. So sitting back here, we do see a mothership. Oh, damn. Communism is going to be bringing out a huge gun right here. You rarely see... I don't see motherships that often, especially in 1v1, as Groove Train is coming out once again, seeing if he can make something happen. Will this mothership be finished in time to make its presence known? Not sure. So Groove Train coming up here, and he has 3 Immortals in his build here. So he's got Sentry... He has Sentry, Stalker, and Immortal. So up against just a really heavy Stalker build, it's a pretty good build, as these Stalkers should be able to soak up a lot of damage, and these Sentries be able to throw out the shields here, like you do see them coming over here. And Communism, seeing this, throws up another force field and basically get the hell out of here, as he does not want to have anything to do with it until his mothership comes online. And this mothership is so close, and we can see all these probes just be trying to mine, but there's just nothing else left to mine up here. So great timing with this mothership, and the mothership does deploy. So we are going to see some mothership ownage going on here, as the mothership is moving out with her little brood underneath her. And Groove Train is just now really starting to catch up as far as expansions and whatnot. Well, not catch up, but he is just starting to expand right here and going to try to be adding on to his economy. So Groove Train, or Communism, has to expand right now, and you do see the transfer of his probes coming in here. But meanwhile, we had the Stalker heavy build going up against Groove Train. So right there, without the mothership, Communism would be outgunned, but this mothership is coming up here, and the strategy mix is going down, and we see Focus Fire going down onto the Immortal, and these guys are not able to see anything, so they are going to have to shoot down the mothership first before they're able to attack these Stalkers. But meanwhile, these Stalkers are just DPSing everything down, as we see all these Stalkers really not feeling so good. We see all of them go down. We have this one Immortal left trying to do something, but there's no one left, and we see the entire army of Groove Train basically being wiped out there, as Communism is able to take the field with that mothership. Oh man, this mothership barely made it to... She didn't kill anything, but she was able to add the invisibility to the battle, and Groove Train did not do a good job of bringing his observers. He did have an observer over here, so really, Communism did a great job here, as he really just used that ramp to great advantage with those force fields, and then brought out the mothership. I mean, to add insult to injury, how often do you see someone get beat by a mothership? So Communism taking the day, spreading their Marxist ways, and Groove Train forced to submit here as he had nothing left to respond with. So we're going to see one more in between Communism and Groove Train, and I really look forward to it. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and you'll be hearing from me shortly. So as always, citizens, stay safe.